everybody again. Hello, everybody again. Continue with Nahum, chapters 2 and 3. We'll be done with that one. Then we move on from there to Micah, or Micah. I say Micah. Okay, continuing with God speaking. Nahum, chapter 2. An attacker advances against you, Nineveh. Guard the fortress. Watch the road. Brace yourselves. Marshal all your strength. The Lord will restore the splendor of Jacob like the splendor of Israel. Though destroyers have laid them waste and have ruined their vines. And turned everything the way it was supposed to be. The shields of the soldiers are red. The warriors are clad in scarlet. The metal on the chariots flashes on the day they are made ready. The spears of juniper are brandished. The chariots storm through the streets, rushing back and forth through the squares. They look like flaming torches. They dart about like lightning. Because they are. Fire and lightning. Speaking spiritual right now, which has been going on. Nineveh summons her picked troops, yet they stumble on their way. Darkness, gathering up its forces in the physical world and in the spiritual. Again, what you cannot see is beyond understanding. They dash to the city wall. The protective shield is put in place. The river gates are thrown open and the palace collapses. It is decreed that Nineveh will be exiled and carried away. But they're not going to give up. Because they can't. They can't conceive that. They're not allowed to give up for whom they serve. Her female slaves moan like doves and beat on their breasts. Nineveh is like a pool whose water is draining away. Stop, stop, they cry, but no one turns back. Plunder the silver, plunder the gold. The supply is endless, the wealth from all its treasures. That's evil talking. Yes, yes, more plunder, more treasure. Go after it, like he's going to let them keep it. The supply is endless, the wealth from all its treasures. She is pillaged, plundered, stripped. Hearts melt, knees give way, bodies tremble, every face grows pale. Where now is the lion's den, the place where they fed their young, where the lion and the lioness went, and the cubs with nothing to fear? Where are they now? Where will they be? The lion killed enough for his cubs and strangled the prey for his mate, filling his lairs with the kill and his dens with the prey. I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will burn up your chariots in smoke, and the sword will devour your young lions. I will leave you no prey on the earth. The voices of your messengers will no longer be heard. No prey on earth. Who's the prey? Righteous souls. Every soul. Chapter 3. Woe to the city of blood, full of lies, full of plunder, never without victims. The crack of whips, the clatter of wheels, galloping horses and jolting chariots, charging cavalry, flashing swords of light, and glittering spears. Many casualties, piles of dead, bodies without number, people stumbling over the corpses. Yea, this shall happen. All because of the wanton lust of a prostitute, alluring the mistress of sorceries, who enslaved nations by her prostitution and peoples by her witchcraft. Speaking again of the devil. The devil can take any form at once he wants, and all those who serve him. I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will lift your skirts over your face. I will show the nations your nakedness, or your true form, and the kingdoms your shame. I will pelt you with filth. I will treat you with contempt and make you a spectacle. All who see you will flee from you and say, Nineveh is in ruins. Who will mourn for her? Come back to the light, hopefully. Where can I find anyone to comfort you? Are you better than Thebes, situated on the Nile with water around her? The river was her defense, the waters her wall. Cush and Egypt were her boundless strength. Put and Libya were among her allies. Yet she was taken captive and went into exile. Her infants were dashed to pieces at every street corner. Lots were cast for her nobles, and all her great men were put in chains. You too will become drunk. You will go into hiding and seek refuge from the enemy. This is what happens to all great empires and civilizations. All your fortresses are like fig trees with their first ripe fruit. When they are shaken, the figs fall into the mouth of the eater. The survivors get eaten up, devoured. The gates of your look at your troops. They are all weaklings. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies. Fire has consumed the bars of your gates. Draw water for the siege, strengthen your defenses, work the clay, tread the mortar, repair the brickwork. There the fire will consume you. The swords of light will cut you down. They will devour you like a swarm of locusts. Multiply like grasshoppers, multiply like locusts. You have increased the number of your merchants, the rich, the wealthy, till they are more numerous than the stars in the sky. But like locusts they strip the land and then fly away. Oh, so true. Your guards are like locusts, your officials like swarms of locusts that settle on the walls on a cold day, but when the sun appears they fly away and no one knows where. They come and go, robbing the poor. King of Assyria, the leader of them all, your shepherds slumber, your nobles lie down to rest, your people are scattered on the mountains with no one to gather them. Nothing can heal you, your wound is fatal. All who hear the news about you clap their hands at your fall. But who has not felt your endless cruelty? Speaking of the devil. There was a secret hidden message within this particular prophet's pages, which I'll share with you now. Begin with chapter 1, verse 2. The Lord is the jealous and avenging God. The Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath. The Lord takes vengeance on his foes and vents his wrath against his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger but great in power. The Lord will not leave the guilty unpunished. That's a lot for a hidden message. That's a lot of lines, continuous. And that's followed by, the Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. He will pursue his foes into the realm of darkness. Whatever they plot against the Lord, he will bring to an end. They will be entangled among thorns and drunk from their wine. Who plots evil against the Lord and devises wicked plans? Speaking about God, specifically, without all the extra words. And all who plots evil against the Lord and devises wicked plans, although they have allies and are numerous, they will be destroyed and pass away. It says, I will break the yoke from your neck and tear your shackles away. I will destroy their images and idols. No more will the wicked invade you. You will be completely destroyed. Watch the road, brace yourselves, marshal all your strength. Be on guard, be ready. The Lord will restore the splendor of Jacob. The Lord will restore the blender, protect the splendor. The blender. The Lord will restore the splendor, the protective shield put in place. Woe to the city of blood, full of lies. Many casualties, piles of dead, bodies without number, people stumbling over the corpses, all because of the wanton lust of a prostitute. I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will treat you with contempt. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies. They will devour you like a swarm of locusts. You have increased the number of your merchants. They, like locusts, they strip the land. Your officials fly away. Your shepherds slumber. People are scattered with no one to gather them. Nothing can heal you. Your wound is fatal. That was the hidden message within that. So, hope that gave some understanding. Again, some of these people, a lot of people skip these lesser prophets. There's a lot of important stuff in there. Everybody's focused on the Gospels themselves, and that's it. Read the Bible. Read the Old Testament. A lot of what Jesus says, what's written in the Gospels, he said, is this a reiteration of Psalms and other parts of the Old Testament. So it wasn't anything new. So I hope that gives some understanding to you. And as always, peace of Christ, God bless.